Shapes and sizes. Here's a topic that's quite apart from all the others, where you're talking about irregular shapes. We have a picture of one here. Estimate the area of the shape shown below. So it's quite irregular, it's up and down all over. And it could be up and down on both sides. It doesn't have to be just even here, it could be up and down on both sides. And what they do is, they use a method called a trapezoidal approach. Here with variously fine trapezoids, things that are not quite rectangles, and they're not quite triangles. They're a rectangle to here, and then a triangle on top, or a rectangle to there, and a triangle down. That's a trapezoid. They're parallel lines in one plane, but not on the other. And what they do is they approximate this using trapezoids, and by and large, the area comes out okay. So for example, if we just take not the black area of the shape, but we take the red area as a comparison, what we do here is we look at the red area, and we see sometimes we're a little bit outside the black. Here, you are covering an awful lot of area here that's not in it at all. And then other times we're picking up areas that we're missing bits. So let's call the blue maybe missing. We're missing here. We're missing here. But on the other hand, we're picking up extra bits that we shouldn't be picking up as well. Are we going over it? We're going over it here, and we're going over it maybe somewhere here. And overall, they say it should balance. We should get pretty well, it'll trade off ups and downs. So what they do is we cut it into the similar sized slots here, 2 meters at a go here, and we get the lengths of each. The area of a trapezium is defined as h over 2 a plus b. A would be one of the lengths, b would be the other. H is the distance, the common distance. Now if that was if it was just this part, we'd call it HA, because it'd be H times A, and that would be the area. If on the other hand, it was a full rectangle all the way up, we'd say this area here, the whole lot, would be HB. But it's sort of halfway between them. So they say it's sort of H into A plus B over 2, because it's half of A and half of B. Like it's not quite A on its own. It's not as bad as that, and it's not as good as the other. And they just do it that way. So that's the formula for the trapezium, and that's in your notes as well. If you have several trapeziums, there's quite a lengthy formula in the book, and they write it down like this. And they say you start off with H over 2 times the first one and the second one and the third one, all of these along. So you would say if this was Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, Y6, you'd have to say this trapezium and that and that and that and that and that. And if this is the first height, and that's A, and that's B, and that's C, and that's D, and that's E, in the first equation it would be H A plus B over 2. Then it would be H B plus C over 2. Then H C plus D over 2. But if you see, and you read those, look at those, you'll see that this line here, this height, is both counted on this trapezium and on this one. And every one in the middle is counted twice, except for the end ones. That's only counted once, and that's only counted once. So you get a huge formula, and it comes out like this. It says the area is H over 2. The first one, the last one are on their own, and the others are in there twice. Because this number here is used for trapezium, this one and this one. This one here, they're all used for the one to the left and to the right of them, except the ones on the end. So if you have several trapeziums, or more simply, that's the equation. That equation is given in the tables. So really what you've got to do is you've got to look at the question and the trapezoid, and they'll give you the heights of the various individuals, and you're asked to calculate the area. Now, it's like your toolbox again. The irregular shape is given as a formula. H over 2, H is defined as H, the common gap between each of these. So in this case, H is the common gap. Y1 is the one on the left, Yn is the one on the right, and all the others are in between, and they're counted twice. So in this case, the irregular shape is H is 2, you're given. Over 2 in the formula gives us 2 over 2. The height of the first one here was 6. That goes in as 6. 2 then into the next one, which was 8. You'll see all the various heights that were given. I think they were there. 8, 7, 6.5, 5, 8, 7.5. So we're just writing out all those numbers in the brackets. And then we finish, and we only put the 1 meter in once. So the 1 and the 6 only entered once, because they were the ones without 1 on the left or to the right. They only involved once. You calculate all the numbers, 2 over 2, that's it, and you get an answer, and that's the area. And that's the end of that topic. That's the end of the whole topic on shapes and sizes.